Farmington Police Citizens Academy is an 8-week program that is put on by the police department, and it allows residents and people that work in the city to basically get a glimpse into what we do on our day-to-day operations. Each week we do like a different topic. For example, the first week we did an overview of the police department, talk a little bit about our staff, our crime statistics, our calls for service. And they got a tour of the police department and history lesson on the Farmington Police Department.
My favorite part was the MAAG week. We got to crawl in the Bearcat, learn about the breaking entry and how they set up a perimeter, and just very interesting stuff.
I think the SWAT portion of this Citizens Academy is super useful. SWAT is kind of an unknown entity of police work. Most people's experience with it is through TV shows, which of course doesn't cover it accurately. So giving these folks an opportunity to really hear why a SWAT team exists and what its function is a good tool for the community.
We talked about use of force and what dictates the policy behind that and the statutes that govern the use of force by police officers, which I think is very informative to residents because they don't understand a lot of what dictates how we use that in our line of work. We did a tour of the jail, so they got to see the jail daily operations, see inmates in their natural setting. We went to the Dakota County Communications Center. They got a behind-the-scene look at what our dispatchers are doing and how they do their job.
When the police agencies bring in their Citizens Academy to the DCC, the biggest thing I want to let the citizens know is how to call 911, when to call 911, what kind of questions we'll be asking, and the kind of answers we need in a timely manner.
The 911 presentation was wonderful because I really had no idea what kind of training that they went through. So I thought it was interesting that they had everyone from someone with a GED to a PhD, and it was really more about their personality and just how they could respond to crisis.
Right along. That was probably my favorite part. Well, we had a couple of pullovers. We did have a minor chase to catch up with a motorcycle that decided he didn't want to stop. It was all very exciting.
They met a canine handler from Dakota County on our graduation night, and they got to bring their families and their kids and have a meet and greet with the canine handler. So once the participants complete their 7 weeks of training, we have a graduation ceremony the last week where they're allowed to bring their family members and their friends. I think it's kind of a big deal. We recognize them for their commitment to spend several hours a week with us and really be open to learning about what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Citizens Police Academy is awesome.
The organization and the planning was outstanding, and they went through a very good effort to explain what the city department does and how they operate.
This experience was very special to me, and I can guarantee that anyone who lives in Farmington or works in Farmington would have a great time and would come away knowing so much more about our Farmington Police Department.
If you have the opportunity to take advantage of this program, do it.
There are people that are interested in participating in our academy in the future. Keep an eye on our Facebook page for the Farmington Police Department and also on our city newsletter. That's usually where we'll put that information.